The Battle of Berezina, fought between November 26 and 29, 1812, was one of the most harrowing moments of Napoleon's disastrous Russian campaign. By late November, the remnants of the Grande Armée, reduced to a fraction of its original strength, were retreating westward in appalling conditions. Having left Moscow in mid-October, Napoleon's troops had been decimated by starvation, disease, and relentless Russian attacks. The army, once numbering over 600,000 men, had been reduced to around 40,000 combat-effective soldiers, accompanied by tens of thousands of stragglers, wounded, and camp followers. Pursued by the Russian forces under Field Marshal Kutuzov and Generals Wittgenstein and Shishagov, Napoleon found himself in a dire situation upon reaching the Berezina River. The river, partially frozen due to the extreme cold, was swollen with ice and nearly impassable, while the Russians had taken control of key crossing points. Shishagov's army guarded the western bank, Wittgenstein threatened from the north, and Kutuzov's forces loomed from the east. The trap seemed set, and Napoleon faced the possibility of total destruction. Desperation and strategic brilliance defined the French response. Napoleon's engineers, led by the skilled General Jean-Baptiste Ebel, were ordered to construct makeshift bridges near the village of Studienka. The task was monumental, materials were scarce, freezing water made work nearly impossible, and the men had to dismantle wagons and buildings for wood while standing in the icy river. Despite these obstacles, Ebel's engineers managed to build two crude but functional bridges by the morning of November 26. Meanwhile, to mislead the Russians, Napoleon orchestrated a feint further south, tricking Shishagov into believing that the French intended to cross elsewhere. This diversion allowed the French to begin crossing with minimal interference. Marshal Victor's corps was tasked with holding off Wittgenstein's advancing troops, buying precious time for the army to get across. For 3 agonizing days, the French crossed under constant harassment. Soldiers, civilians, and wounded men scrambled to reach the fragile bridges as Russian artillery pounded them from afar. The disorder was unimaginable, wagons overturned, men fell into the icy water, and panic spread among the exhausted troops. The situation worsened on November 28 when Wittgenstein's forces attacked with full force, overrunning the rear guard. Victor's men fought a desperate battle, repelling Russian assaults at a tremendous cost. Meanwhile, on the far bank, chaos reigned as the freezing, starving masses pushed forward in a desperate bid for survival. Many drowned, others were crushed in the stampede, and those left behind were either killed by Russian troops or perished from exposure. By the evening of November 29, with most of the army across, Ebel ordered the bridges burned to prevent further Russian pursuit, leaving thousands stranded on the eastern bank to their fate. Despite the horrifying losses, estimates suggest between 25,000 and 50,000 men perished. The crossing was a strategic success. Napoleon, though severely weakened, had evaded complete destruction and managed to continue his retreat toward Poland. The word Berezina would forever be associated with catastrophe, yet paradoxically, it also symbolized the resilience and determination of Napoleon's army. The battle marked the final collapse of the Russian campaign, but it ensured that at least a remnant of the Grande Armée would survive to fight another day.